with the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Wait, that fly, 20.
Now the leading rusher for the Pats last year is a rookie, Sony Michel. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Sony Michel, 75 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a first and 10 at their own 20-yard line. This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his second season, James Conner. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Roethlisberger. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's second and 11. Now Roethlisberger to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 45-yard line. So into Pat's territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll run with the NC State man. It's Jalen Samuels. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's second and 2.
Second and 2 at the Patriots' 36-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. An interesting note about the Steelers opening up on the road here. It's the 5th season in a row that they have started away from home. Longest active streak in the league. And, of course, pitting them against the Patriots, two of the most storied franchises, especially in the last couple of decades. Since 2002, these two teams have met in 3 AFC championship games, with New England getting the better of Pittsburgh all 3 times. And you think of the Lombardi trophies, with New England winning last year. Each of these franchises has 6 trophies, tied for the most in the entire league. He's got the first down inside the 10. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Second and goal from inside the 5.
Let's go. He's coming.
On second down, Samuels. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Boswell's kick is good. Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
He needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Brady. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
And he better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. 23 yards on the play.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
Yeah, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son, and then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And the catch made by Johnson. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, and he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A 5-yard touchdown run, and the Steelers have taken the lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Hey, Delta. Cover.
Throwing now is Brady. That's caught by his tight end, Matt Lacoste. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. First down, here's White. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Back at the 38-yard line.
Mike set. Alabama. 380. Here we go. Watch the pass.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
Patriots 7.
Mike set. 180.
Check 55 for Mike.
Check it.
Come on, let's go.
380 set.
Now on 2nd and 13, Brady. And it's hauled in by Ben Watson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Check 99. Hey, Colt 66. Pilot 64. Weak.
Shit. Watch the shit.
Ozzy. Come on.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first.
We got this.
It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They go play action for White. Now it's Brady. Sliding out of the pocket. Caught by the tight end, Watson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That's it. Big hit.
Second tour of duty for Watson with the Patriots. Remember, New England drafted him way back in 2004 out of Northwestern. He retired in the offseason after finishing the campaign with New Orleans, but decided to come back for one more go-around with the Patriots, and they might need him, especially with Rob Gronkowski no longer in uniform. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
In your face.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Michelle. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
218, chopper. Alpha. Hey, zoom. Play Alabama.
On 2nd and 7, Brady flushed out right. It's complete. James White. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 23 yards the pickup there.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Hey, I got 83. We got this, fellas. Come on. Showing it. Hey.
Regular.
They'll run on first down. White. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The throw on 2nd down by Brady is incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Now Brady gets away with one. Lucky, could have been intercepted, but it falls to the ground. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, relying on your special teams. You got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Roethlisberger now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. First down run for Connor. Not going to get much. Maybe a yard. 2nd down. The corner, Stephon Gilmore on the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
That coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Patriots take over. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Switch. Under 10. Under 10. 10.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. Now Brady. Complete to Watson, the tight end. A gain of 6 there on first. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Going on the ground, it's White. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Slam. Watch safety creep. Watch safety.
Team spill.
Safety's creeping. Shift. Motion.
72.
They go right back to White here on 1st down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. James White, 51 yards, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Gostkowski with the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
The catch and run there, good for 16 in the first.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Check nickel.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Ben to throw again. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Roethlisberger. Setting up the screen, this is Samuels. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll run for it with Samuels. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we have come upon halftime in the Sunday night opener from Foxborough. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Block 80! Take two of them.
Roethlisberger now off the bootleg. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. That one goes for 24 yards.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage.
Blue 30. Hey, alert.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. He's going to launch this thing way down into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
All day, baby, all day. Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Yeah, let's go sack lunch.
So after the INT, it's Brady. That's complete to White. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's second and 11. Brady gives this to White, and that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down. On third and long, it's Brady. And able to find Dorsett. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A big 30-yard play on third. Now the big play pushes him all the way out to the 40 now for first down. They go with White on the counter. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
On second and 12,
Brady finds his man, Watson, over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 46. Brady gives to Michelle. Past the 20. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Sony Michel, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Gostkowski the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Roethlisberger. Washington's got it. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Roethlisberger. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Edelman set to return. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Now on 2nd and 13. Brady, he hits his target. Left side, Watson. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Here's Switzer. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Got an open man, it's Washington. And he gets this deep into Patriot territory. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 46 yards. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 1st down, it's Samuels. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Foxborough. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Roethlisberger. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line.
A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes...
And that's intercepted. It's the all-pro corner, Stephon Gilmore. And nothing but daylight ahead. 30, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point good by Gostkowski. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this run.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Lawrence Guy. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Roethlisberger to throw. He gets this one to Johnson. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. The Steelers on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is third down and 12. Roethlisberger is going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. The Steelers will go. It's Roethlisberger. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on fourth down. And the Patriots take over. They're going to have terrific field position. Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
Second and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Come on.
Alert!
Brady now to throw. It's complete. James White. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and all of a sudden here it's third down. With James White, you know that he can catch the football. He was third in the NFL amongst running backs last year with 87 catches. And as we've seen, sometimes they come in bunches. Super Bowl 51, he had 14 grabs, including the winning score. Last year in the divisional round versus the Chargers, 15 receptions for White. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. Brady now, 11 of 16 through the air. It's first and 10. They'll run it. This is Michel. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. They'll run with White. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
At the 11-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. The throw on second down by Brady is incomplete. Ben Watson was the intended target, the tight end. And it's 3rd and short. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, a run from White. Now White lost the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, maybe it hasn't exactly been a Rembrandt, but they've been mistake-free to this point and finally cough it up. I don't think it's going to cost them the game. They should be fine. But, boy, they're going to hate that, going back and watching tape and being able to say we were that close to achieving our goal of 0 turnovers during the game.
A little blemish, but as you say, still comfortably in command. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. Dorsett on the return.
Wait, 20.
Check 50. Check 50.
Check 13. General West.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Brady. Caught by the tight end Watson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They defer to White out of the shotgun. And a fast footwork by White. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now a carry for White. And he loses the football a 2nd time. But I think the Patriots are going to hang on to the football. They do. They get it back.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
You can't block me.
On 2nd down, it's White. Gave a glimpse of his quick feet, but not a whole lot of space down at the 30. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
3rd and 3.
Wait, that 29. Alpha. Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Michelle. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Gostkowski with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So we had action to the very end of this one, the score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know some coaches preach that and tell their teams that's what I want all the time, and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for the Pats, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will hit the road next week to take on the